I'd like to call this meeting of the planning board to order on April 5th, 2017. I know I haven't hit amendments to the agenda. I'm gonna move things around just a little bit, make sure that we establish our quorum, which we do have. And then I will also bump up the Pledge of Allegiance. So we'll do that.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome to our members of the public. We had a planning board member, Mike Fitzpatrick, who has resigned and wanted to thank Michael for all of his service on the planning board and for the other committees that he's worked on in the town over the years. And to that end, we have on the agenda electing newcomer Brian, who's an alternate, as a full-time board member. Are there any motions?
Motion to elect Brian to full member.
Second.
All those in favor?
Thank you.
Welcome, Brian.
Condolence.
We get cake?
Who was the second on that?
Ann was.
Ann.
I was.
And we will approve or accept the minutes for the last meeting, the March 1st meeting, and everyone should have a copy of those. Thank you, Jill. Now, where did I put mine?
Move to accept the minutes.
Excuse me. Second that.
All those in favor? Okay. Next, we have continuing business. Barry Baldwin has returned with some more documents for a subdivision application, if you want to come up.
Have made some significant changes. If you want to put this up like we had it last week, the
Yeah.
new map, the new plan. Thank you.
Here, maybe?
I want to see it.
Hey, Juliet,
Yeah.
let Calvin put it on the,
Oh, yeah, good idea. So we'll stand up.
I made myself a, I called it an overview of the subdivision project. I wanted to, if you don't mind, I'd like to just go over 4 or 5 things that I did
Okay,
that are significant.
sure.
And then I gave everyone a copy of this and the checklist in order of the things that were considered incomplete. I have kind of answers to everything I did with it, so it's just easier for me to stay organized. Basically, I changed the scope of the project by doing a couple of things.
Hold on, do you have an extra copy of that?
We all have one.
Should have been on the table.
Sorry, okay.
I brought those
Apologize.
tonight.
I didn't look through everything, obviously. Yep, here's this one, thank you.
For one thing, I took the 5-acre lot that was in question about being contiguous and added it to the big parcel. Then, to get rid of at the end of the meeting, we had this problem with the 40-acre deal. I've done away with that. I've actually decided to I actually sold the 22-acre piece that was in the front to the abutter who had already bought lot 1 and turned this to basically a back lot situation. I don't like to use the word backlot subdivision because there is no such thing. There used to be some confusion on that. Basically, when you do backlots, to my knowledge, a couple of things change, but you use the regular criteria for a subdivision. So the only thing it changes is they have to be 5-acre lots instead of 90,000 square feet. And the paving issue after the third house goes away. There is no paving involved on backlot development. And one other thing, there's only 2 or 3 things in that. I have a copy in case anyone wants to look at that backlot ordinance. It's very short. One of the other things is there has to be a 300 by 200 rectangle on the road on this lot. In other words, you have to go 200 feet deep and 300 feet on the road frontage. That's one of the stipulations for the backlot ordinance. And if anybody wants that, I have that here. Really, it isn't that much. Those are the only differences in the whole. It's a very small 3-page thing, I think. Anybody has any question, I have it right there. So basically, okay, and the other thing I did, you have a copy there of the 2 letters that I sent out, even though you already waived it, by regular mail, because the green cards didn't come back on those, on the Lorna Voy and Stephen Manicopi. And on the, I had number 1, if I may briefly, on the road, because it came up on the road frontage road. I wanted to try to get a consensus. I'm not bringing that to the board to decide. What I'm trying to do is present what documentation I have and that it was accepted as a road frontage road. I got the video, DVD, whatever it is, sent a copy to the road commissioner with just a couple of things picked out that were very pertinent to what we're talking about. He has reviewed that. I don't know if he cares to comment on that. I also have some of I transcribed exactly what was said on that tape in just a few small segments. I first was gonna send everyone that link, but I didn't want to invade everybody's email, so send it to the road commissioner. If you want it, he can send it to you. I thought it was more, not my job to be sending everybody.
So it turns out it isn't available on the website, because I thought I understood it was, and I tried to watch it there and failed.
I'm not sure what
Maybe
you,
too old. I think it was 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Um,
Did I get can you get the August, is the date on this paperwork now?
First,
August
it was,
2012?
2012, June 20th, 2012, I think. No,
it's
no,
in our,
Yeah,
it's in our,
yeah, I'm sorry, I got it right in front of me. 8/1/2012. I mean, there are just a few sections in there that really, if you watch that tape, it's like a lot of people talking over each other. I had a lot of it transcribed, and then I went through it and I said, this is just I just want the pertinent things, and I took it all out. Because you had people starting to say something, and somebody else interrupts them to finish it, and it was crazy. But,
I deal with that all the time.
yeah, you do, you have to sort it out. And it's hard for the secretary to hear it, try to take notes, even when they use the tape, they don't do it exactly what's on there. They summarize, put it in their own words. And sometimes it doesn't get spelled out what was said on the tape. So it's very clear on that tape. I think it might be easier if you don't have to watch the whole tape, it's pretty boring. He could send that to anyone who wants it. That's why I provided it to him, and it was, that might be the best way to go. But certainly that tape,
do we have like a
Video.
timestamp of like where the picks up or?
I watched, it's about 3 or 4 minutes long, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
very clear that the board considered the legal opinion from the town attorney that it was road frontage road, and they made the decision based on that. So I could send you a copy of.
Is there any documentation in the file for this?
No, they don't document those kind of things. They make a decision. I mean, every decision.
No, I want something from our council at the time would be very helpful.
There were letters. I think,
Between Kurt Weber.
yeah, there were dates used on that tape. It actually states that we got the letter from June something, you know, that the lawyer agrees, my attorney agrees, the planning board agrees. And even at one point, you know, Russ Jabot, the chairman, says at the end of it, if we don't take his advice, why do we pay him? Ask him, you know? It is what it is what the attorney says.
Just to clarify, I think you showed us the letter from Kurt Weber last time.
I did, yeah.
And I don't think it was quite as clear as you're saying it.
There was no, you know, there was no actual spelled out determination. There was evidence, if you will, brought to the planning board. They made their decision on that, but no one ever asked the attorney to make, I don't see why he wouldn't or couldn't, because he dealt with it plenty of times.
It's not the same attorney we have now, is it?
No, Kurt's retired, it's from his firm.
But the same, I think I believe his daughter does it now, doesn't she?
She's not doing it.
No,
So
she's
she
at a
doesn't-
different
okay.
firm.
Well, I don't know who the town attorney is then. But it shouldn't, what's that?
Conway.
Jack Conway. Yeah, okay, yep. From Auburn, yeah. So basically, I just wanted to touch on that. It is all there, I mean, it spells it out, but as far as a legal determination, no. A letter to the chairman of the planning board, from the lawyer, yes. A letter to code enforcement, yes. A straight-up determination put on file somewhere, no. But it is,
I'm not a lawyer, so I.
yeah, well,
it
it's
just makes
on
me-
the video of the planning
I
board
know.
meeting, which is official.
And I honestly, I just don't know how that holds up if we were
Yeah.
challenged, and that's why I'm not a lawyer. I know enough to ask questions of a lawyer when I
Well,
need to.
make
That's all.
a-
I'm a little nervous. That's all.
Well, what I see of that is, if it was determined at that point and I was ready to do what I'm doing now, there would be no question, we'd be moving on from that, because it was decided, believe me, they beat the thing up. We've been doing it for years. You know, even in one point in that, Russ says, spare me the lecture, you know, the chairman, because I'm telling I've been doing this, we've been doing this for years. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on that, and what you decide on that is, again, I'm not asking for a decision at this point, as far as I'm concerned. That decision's been made, I'm just trying to provide you with what information I can. That, if Calvin, if anyone wants that, I think that recording pretty much spells it out. As far as something in writing, I don't know, you know, nothing was ever, you're lucky to get it in the minutes written. We don't, you know, on everything,
The
No one-
recording is deemed the legal record of the meeting.
Not the minutes?
Right.
No, the minutes only are supposed to provide certain information, like motions.
Okay,
Anything else is gravy.
okay.
so,
Do we want to go? Where do we want to go next? Do we want to go through the application checklist? Go return to that. That's kind of where we left off.
Yeah,
and this overview sheet, actually, I set it up and listed all the things that were incomplete,
Mhm.
and waiver items, and I have and I have it listed, obviously, as to how I dealt with it. Obviously, there'll be some questions. I do have an engineer here tonight, that was willing to come and try to help me with some of the tough questions.
Okay.
So, when we get the engineer questions,
And what is the engineer's name and firm?
It's Jason, VAFIADES, PE, LEED4AP.
Lead AP, yeah.
Lead
In
AP.
case you had to have.
He's from Atlantic Resource Consultants in Freeport. He's
Oh, you
a
work with
civil
Andrew.
engineer.
Yeah.
Atlantic Resource?
Yep.
So,
Sorry, what kind of engineer are you?
So civil engineer.
Civil,
so we do,
okay.
yeah, roadway,
Yep.
permitting, all that stuff.
and if you guys want to take this up as we go through, as I understand your position, these are becoming backlots, so they don't have to be brought up to the subdivision road standard?
No, the only thing that changes is the paving requirement is gone on back lots.
Do you
It's
agree with that
right here.
interpretation?
Yeah, it's in the ordinance.
Basing
There's
it
a
on,
special backlot
basing it
ordinance.
on page 28, halfway down to page number 2.
Right, yeah, right, I see that, but then subdivision has its own, right?
Okay, but what it's.
Right, we each of our pieces have their own road standard. I
It-
guess,
It basically says everything has to be done, when you do additional homes on the back lot, everything has to be followed as if it were a subdivision with the exception of paving. So the paving thing is out the window when you do the back lots.
Right, but we do have a subdivision.
Correct, and we're doing it the same way. We're doing it as a subdivision. But when you do back lots, I don't like to use the term backlot subdivision, I'm trying not to, because they've had problems with that in the past, because there is no such thing as a backlot subdivision. There is a subdivision and there is a backlot ordinance.
So I think you're looking for the performance standards, design standards, page 81, the beginning of that, I think is what you're, be under the subdivision. Article 7.
Right.
because what I struggle with is almost every subdivision ends up being a backlot anyway, because the front lots are often sold.
Yeah, I'm not sure why these are backlots, and
Right.
two, even if they were, I'm not sure why the subdivision requirement wouldn't trump it.
It falls into subdivision when you, regulation when you build the second house on the back lot. It's Heel Drive, done exactly the same way. Oak Ridge, which I did a number of years ago, same thing.
I think you're looking for section 7,
So, but why isn't
page
this a
83.
private road?
Why is what?
So this is gonna be a private road, right?
It is a private road.
Yeah.
It always has been a private road.
Okay.
Yeah, all roads are private now, and the town isn't accepting anything and don't plan to, they don't plan to.
Road construction.
So this road on your plan, what's it called?
Spring Road?
Spring Road is a private road, so these are not backlots.
Yes, that is the right-of-way. Spring Road is the right-of-way to all those lots.
But it's not a right of way if it's a road.
All the roads are in right-of-ways. I don't
Right,
understand.
I mean, they're different. So right of way is just a right to access. A road is a road. Which of course we don't define because,
Well, if you have a right-of-way and you want to build the second house on that right-of-way, you have to build the road up to the town standard.
right.
Then it becomes you can't build a road without a right-of-way, and the right-of-way doesn't constitute a road until you go for the second house and someone has to build it.
Right. So maybe it makes sense for us to decide this when we get into the road piece, but I'm not buying the backlot argument. And we can talk about that when we get there, but
I have concerns about the road piece. I went up that way and I have concerns about the road piece.
About I don't understand well, maybe, you can,
Okay. So let's go ahead
through.
with
Do
the
you want
rest
to
of
go
it.
through?
So I think this is a new application, which means that we get to go through this entire thing all over again.
We don't have a separate checklist designed for,
We have been interrupted you.
do we need to revise checklist? Because this is,
We have a blank. Jill did give us a blank one.
okay.
Who's
I have a
gonna be
couple
the
too, if you'd
recorder
like.
And who is gonna be the reader?
I will be happy to record.
Can read it.
Okay. I can see it now. I didn't realize it was a new one.
And we're starting with blank.
Then Barry's
Or are you gonna be updating the one
showing the way
that
he
Ann
Right.
makes it.
I don't think we can because this is a new plan. This is a new subdivision. At least that's my take, but what do you guys think?
I would agree.
I mean, it's a new plan, so far, he's definitely added more lots, which is per our earlier review, and he's added the wetland impact locations, which was part of our request. If he was staying with subdivision, I'd say we keep rolling where we were, but if we're switching ordinance,
But I'm really not. I mean,
Yeah,
you
and
may
this
want-
is
you
where-
may- You may want some time to look it over, that's fine, but.
because, yeah, I reviewed everything thinking
But
of
it
subdivision.
doesn't, we're really not changing anything except, I did what you said, I added the contiguous lot. I
Right.
finished the subdivision off, instead of coming back in 5 years, as you suggested, why would you want to come back?
Right, no, I appreciate that.
And I did away with the 40-acre issue. I did everything I could to smooth it out. But the only thing the backlot ordinance changes in the whole picture, and that's fine, you want time to look at it, but just that it turns to 5-acre lots, it does away with the paving, and you need a 300 by 200 rectangle in that, and I don't believe, was there something, I don't think there's anything else. It's a very small ordinance.
So,
So that was
I think either-
updated per the board's request for suggestions of last meeting. Is that right?
Not the back lot, but that I use up the whole parcel and that I
Right, okay.
make it all contiguous and I use up the whole thing
right.
in one shot.
So to be clear, we did not request that you increase the.
No, you asked, no,
That's not our job.
No. no.
So I guess the question I have, because I think we're still under subdivision, because this fits the definition of a subdivision. So we could talk about whether the backlot piece pulls out the road requirement. But either way, I think we're considering under the subdivision ordinance. My question is this the same application? And if it's not, I think we need to start over with the checklist. If we think it is, then we can just go off of the previous checklist that we had.
The biggest
No.
change is the increase in lots.
Right,
Right.
but nothing changes on the whole scope of things except the size of the lots, the roads in the same place, and I've done all the.
It's the same
wetlands.
abutters, it's the same
Same
abutters.
abutters. Yeah.
Same parcel, same mother parcel.
Yeah.
You didn't expand
No,
out anywhere,
no.
just changing kind of.
So, do I hear everyone saying that they want to use the old checklist and just go
I can
revisit
see
the
either
things?
way. I can see either
John's
way.
like, hell yeah.
I think the result's gonna
I know if
say-
I was sitting at that table, I'd be like, really? But,
That is not our
I
problem.
know.
No, it's
No,
not, and it's
I'm-
a great question, I mean, it's,
I
I'm
think,
willing to do whatever you need to do.
If it
but
was changing the
seems-
abutters, if it was changing, a different group, then I would have more heartburn, but I think he tweaked the plan
If it
to be
helps.
responsive to the ordinance.
Yeah, that it's a subdivision application and process, and typically other municipalities, I think it goes by state law, it's a subdivision because of state law.
Right.
Typically, it's 3 lots, and that it is one contiguous application, and he's moving things in the interior, but it's one.
Well, you did add a parcel.
I did what?
You added a parcel to the subdivision.
Because you were actually, the board was already considering it contiguous. So I obliged the board,
Right.
did what you thought I should do.
Right.
The way I understand our ordinance, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we're not allowed more than 5 lots in this district, is that correct?
I don't think so. Is that true?
No, that was back in the days of, when they had the growth ordinance, or, not district, but didn't they have some kind of moratorium type thing?
moratorium or
That
the,
was-
That's what I'm referring
15
to,
years
the
ago.
growth management.
We probably can't enforce that.
Right.
okay.
Because of the comprehensive plan issue, I think
Mhm.
it wouldn't fly anyway.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
believe that's what she's referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
We don't usually open that can of worms.
No,
I don't
close
think,
it right back
I
up.
don't think Mary's gonna fill all of these lots so quick that it causes us growth issues in
So
Germany.
which
They're trying to
one are we
decide.
going with?
So we are
We're
going
gonna update the existing
Yes.
checklist.
Update the one
We started,
we
Previous.
started.
yep, on 3-1.
They're actually not all there. Some of these, you missed a few of these. Barry.
Did I?
Yeah, but
It's all right.
we'll see them as we get down through.
Okay.
So, the first one I have as incomplete was number 10, which is shows the zoning classifications, location of zoning district boundaries.
And it's now on the plan.
Resource protection, rural district, it's residential.
And the big plan is probably using.
What zone? We've got
The actual
Rural.
lots are in the transitional,
Yeah, and then
or
there's
residential transition.
Yeah.
ozone, so is all of this?
that's all the
All of, yeah, so that's the zone boundary. That dotted line. Says resource protection, that's rural residential.
call that complete.
So, complete. The next one that was missing was 11.
Number 10 is complete.
10 is complete.
Yep. 11 was boundary survey, including complete descriptive data by bearings and distances. And our issue with this was the site plan wasn't stamped, which it's still not. So
It's
I
still
This
not
one is.
I have the
Do you have a
stamp.
stamped
What is
copy?
that? Stamp
Yeah,
this.
they both
I
have
made
here.
sure. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, it's same.
Okay.
So it's complete.
Complete. March 15, 2017.
The next one was number 16. Site plan shows location of existing proposed subsurface wastewater disposal systems. And we have a waiver request.
I had, I have in, if I may, we try to explain what we have.
So you're waiving it, right? Requesting to waive it?
Yes. Because well, it speaks for itself, but if you want, I can read it. But
Nope.
basically, these systems are not done until the house lots are sold, the house location is decided on, and then an appropriate system is designed within the proximity of the house. So with a 5-acre lot, it could be where we put that. Basically, what I have to do, and I couldn't do it yet, the things that will be missing tonight will be the soil test, the weather we're having, the conditions, not possible yet. That will take care of that issue. The other thing that will be missing is the vernal pool on the plan, because even though they're on there, we still have to verify it in the month of April. Weather conditions do not permit that right now. So from the third week of April, I think there's a 6-week window or something that we have to, that they can be located. Can't be done now, so those are two things that, I'm gonna hopefully be close, but not have 100%. There's a lot of things to do.
But yeah, let's go line item by line item, right?
Okay, so are we,
So-
back to number 16.
So we've got subsurface wastewater disposal systems.
There's
Got
there's
a waiver.
this lot 1 here. They haven't placed anything for that. The one
that
that's
lot's been sold, and,
They don't have a wastewater disposal system placed.
Have they started construction on that?
no. They are part of the subdivision only because it was sold within the past 5 years. That's what puts them in the part
But
of
they
the
don't
sub-
have anything there.
They have a soil test done before they bought the property and that kind of thing, but we don't have,
Nothing's built.
I have a system in my stuff here somewhere that I did years ago on that lot, but
Okay.
it's basic, it isn't there. I don't think we need it, but you're the board,
So it's an existing system that will continue to be used, or?
No, it's a new design
Okay.
to sell the property. I couldn't sell the property without having the soil test or permit designed. And they went ahead and had the permit designed before they bought the property.
Barry, what are you showing up on lot 3, up on the high piece? It looks like there's a house footprint area and a field shown on that one lot.
I'm sorry,
Lot 3,
I don't have near a small map. Where?
that's on the right-hand side
On
of
the
the road
right-hand
near the
side?
top.
Okay.
Yep.
The second one in, or the way in?
Way in.
That little one, that is where the one vernal pool is on the right on the property line. And there are wetlands, we have to be, 250 feet back?
Yeah.
So we have a very small window, but enough room to build and get the systems in.
All right,
That
so
is
you
my
you were
building
showing you
envelope.
represent the building envelope in that one
The
location.
surveyor has, it has to be in that building envelope. All the building envelopes are marked there.
Okay,
And it's a weird one, but there's plenty of room.
okay.
And that wetland delineation, the vernal pool probably won't change, but it won't be, the literature to back it up will not be available until it's official in third week of April.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a 5-acre lot where you can build in the corner. But wetlands are allowed to be part of the.
So do we want to accept the waiver?
Good with that.
Most ordinances require 2 passing test pits, just the test logs that show the soil classifications, not the septic design, because often you don't know how you want to design it till you know where you want to put the house, and it'd be a big waste of money to design a system, and then the house ends up going somewhere else, so.
Yeah.
As long as it shows that it passes, that a system can be designed, usually is sufficient.
Next one there.
And that will be on the plan the next
Right.
plan you see with the vernals.
Mhm.
And anything else that needs, we come up with.
So it sounds like there's gonna be another round of updated maps.
Very little bit will change. It'll just gonna it stays the way it is unless there's something else a
But I
requirement you
mean, like
need
the
in the
vernal
notes.
pools and then this other testing.
It's not gonna change. They're just gonna be added to, but very minimal.
So are we attempting to accept this as is, even though we're getting updates
I
later?
think we're helping Barry get through his checklist, but I think he recognizes he still has some open items.
Yeah, I'm not asking for that. I'm asking to get as close as we can to keep it simple for everyone.
Oh, okay,
I've done
okay, I just
all
wanted to
can do.
make sure we
I don't
all-
expect
okay,
final approval
Okay,
tonight.
all right, thank you.
We were so close and approval and with waiting for something else to be filed. That's been done, but
Could it be made a condition?
a condition, that's what I was trying to say. You can get, what do you call it?
Conditional.
Not final, is it final approval?
Condition.
Conditional
Approval, conditions.
approval pending the 2 things showing up and
Mhm.
passing on the.
Well, let's see what we have left missing right now. I don't.
So are we waiving the subsurface wastewater disposal systems?
Yes, I suggest we waive the subsurface wastewater disposal.
I'll second that.
Do we
That
need-
was a motion, I don't even know if that.
do we have to motion and vote that, or
I don't know.
I don't
It's a
think-
waiver,
I
so
don't
we
think-
might as well.
I think we should.
I think we
Okay.
should.
So I'll make the motion that we waive the subsurface disposal system designs for each lot.
And I'll second that.
All those in favor?
The next one is the test pits for the soil, which we don't have.
That we do want.
Yep.
That would answer the questions that were coming up.
Yeah, and I had that, will be on the, completed in April and on the May plan.
So number 22 is the location of existing and proposed private wells on and within 100 feet of the property.
I have requested a waiver on my waiver letter. Same circumstance as the disposal system. Location, location, location.
I see one well, one proposed well. Is there more than one, or just that one?
I think he did that, was that lot 3 that, to show that we
Yes.
could get that in there?
Yeah.
And that is basically proposed.
Yep.
And it shows where a septic system might go, but it isn't tested yet. It'll be done with the rest. But he did do that because,
I believe so.
Yeah.
Are we sure there are no wells within 100 feet of all of this, of the
Yes.
borders?
yes. And I have that, was in last month's packet from the, I don't know what they call themselves.
The water people.
Yeah, the water people, it's in
The
the,
well people.
it was one. in the
Department of
checklist.
Agriculture and Conservation now. That
There you
makes
go.
sense.
And it shows the wells and depth of
Right.
wells and it's traditionally what's been done. It's-
So do we
Do you
want
want to waive it? What do we
Let's see.
Because putting them on the plan,
Right.
again, until you do the septic system,
Right. You don't have
they
the
don't make any
distance.
sense anyway. They may have to be moved because they have to be 100 feet.
I make a motion that we waive the requirement for the wells to be shown on the subdivision plan.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Next one is a utility plan. And this
Number
is-
25.
Yeah, sorry, 25, and our notes were that there's no provision for utilities or a utility easement.
I believe that's done. See note 9 on the plan. On the new plan, it's probably easier to read.
Yep, it says utility easements will be granted to Central Maine Power Company, the town, and others for the installation and maintenance of poles and any other future associated appurtenances.
And you gave us in the new packet a CMP invoice for, and that's for the construction of the new service?
Not in on the road, no.
Oh,
This is just, was more or less just to show you that I have taken care of the issue of being able to get power to that first lot.
so that was the
And you
engineering,
got-
that was the engineering charge?
No, that's the wire and all the, whatever you gotta pay CMP to get this thing done. It's actually underground and I have to dig it and install the conduit.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't do anything until you get approved from them, so. And that has nothing to do with the subdivision itself. That's just showing that I can get power
Mm-hmm.
to the first lot, which I had to do for that sale of that first lot. And this, the other, normally when you do selling lots, some subdivisions will go in and put the power in, they just add the price to the cost of the lots. Sometimes when you buy, most of the time, the last subdivision I did, as you sell a lot, they pay a section of the power to get to where they need to be. Or if someone has paid for the power past them, they have to chime in and pay a part of what the last person paid. So that's how CMP deals with it.
So where would the easement be? In the
On the
road?
road, in the 50-foot right-of-way,
Would be, did you say it would be underground?
yes.
Okay.
It may be underground, it may be poles.
Okay.
I'm thinking underground.
Okay.
So should we note that it's in the roadway, just say,
I
state
believe
where it
It
is?
states that, doesn't it, it may be even on the plan, that it's in the.
I was just looking.
Plans are really
Small
tough
ones,
to
but-
read, I'm sorry.
I don't see it.
Maybe it's in the notes, maybe it doesn't show in the road.
I mean, the note just says utility easements will be granted.
If it helps on the, I think this is a further item, but we typically show that on a plan and profile. It shows up in the plan that I will be doing.
Awesome.
So you'll actually have
For
a
next
a
month or
location.
something?
So why don't we
Okay.
just
So
wait
we'll-
on that item until we get.
Call it incomplete for now.
Yeah, perfect. That's easier than us.
So we're gonna leave that incomplete.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
leave that
To be
incomplete.
provided next.
All right, so I'm gonna call that, I'm gonna put an E on that for my own.
And what happens is the
The engineer.
utility, CMP gets a copy of our plan and that recorded plan, and they know that their line is within that share, it's a 50-foot right-of-way that they have access to.
Perfect.
Right.
Because they need an easement too,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Yeah, to be able to put power in, they need an easement.
Yeah, they own the ability to maintain their lines.
So 27, we still don't have vernal pools. We'll get that later.
Yeah, and I've got a couple notes on this one, regards to the wetlands and the vernal pools. I see the delineation report that you submitted, looks like it was done in 2005.
For the wetlands.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think typically they're about a 5-year period, so what I would recommend maybe is have your person that's doing the vernal pool survey
update
do
that.
the wetland delineation as well. He's gonna be out there,
I think he's I think it got redundant because that was done a long time ago, and I think he's done that again. I don't know if he calls it the same thing. I don't
Oh,
know.
maybe he
'Cause
updated
did-
it?
There's another form you're gonna find that he did. That was something that,
Oh.
I just put that in the packet because it
Oh,
was
no, this is
something
great to have. Is there another delineation
I
report?
believe there is, yes.
Okay, yes.
There is, no,
Yeah,
that's the same one.
there is.
Is that the, all right, well, which one are we talking? Because the one from Mark Sensi,
That's the old one.
that's the old one. So there's a new one? I
Yes.
think I've missed the new one. Because it also references a plan by Art Colvin, which is not the current plan that we're looking
No,
at.
it is not.
Okay.
No. But there is, I'm sorry, there's a lot of stuff here.
Oh, I know.
Isn't it in your packet?
This is the
Only
one.
one we have, yeah, 2006.
2000, yep.
2005, 2006.
Investigation was
Erosion and
November
sediment
05.
control, isn't that the same thing?
No.
No.
It isn't? No? Okay. Then I'll have him update that.
Yeah, if he's going out in the field.
I thought that was
he
the
could
same.
Probably do another delineation.
Okay, what was that, 20? What number was that thing?
27?
27.
27?
And then also in the delineation report that you did supply us, it mentions the response from the IFNW stating that this area is within significant wildlife habitat under NERPA, which is scheduled to be formally adopted back in 2006. No permanent developments to occur within the wetland itself and within the buffer.
And that is done on that map and marked.
So what I would recommend is, or ask you guys if you agree, is to get another response from IFNW regarding this, just because it's 10 years, 11 years old, the response.
I actually think that they relaxed the rules on this, and I
Yeah,
think
and
he
it
actually,
might-
I think it's
exactly.
gonna work in your favor to get an
Exactly, it
update.
might,
In 2010 or so, they revised it and backed it off from moderate value to high values only, so.
right, so it might, yeah, it might work, who knows what it's gonna show, but I think that would be,
I guess, so while we are on wetlands, we started the conversation, which was a little bit ahead of the cart ahead of the horse here.
yeah, sorry, I
but,
brought it up because it's this
with the wetlands, we are having the conversation whether this feeds into the runaround pond drainage and the Collins Brook piece, that new brook, and which goes into Collins Brook, and this is all part of that watershed that is considered a not threatened. What it's
Impaired stream.
well, it's not urban, it's urban impaired stream, but it's another classification with Maine DEP for this watershed. So this is in that zone, which may trigger some DEP permitting requirements.
so maybe asking for a DP response, or,
I think we'll
So I think we had already required that.
be a
Um,
determination.
Yeah.
okay.
We asked whether or not we need permits, and we'll answer to some of that when we get to that
Yeah.
portion, I believe.
And then one more thing,
Number
with the wetland
54.
delineation, if we could show, like, maybe a colored, it doesn't have to be on this one either, just another image of the wetlands that he finds on the site, and then there's the buffer with that. So, because right here, it just shows,
I don't believe a buffer is required, but it is marked, and there is a,
yeah, it's required for this specific NERPA area, the 250-foot buffer, which he includes in there, but we can't see the delineation between the two. So it would just be good to see.
Well, that's
understand how
weird,
that
huh?
works.
Yep, yeah, I know what they're
But you
talking
would have
about.
to convey
Yep.
that to my
Yep.
surveyor, or
Yep.
let you do it.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's some of this, I apologize, is
No,
over my
that's all
head.
right. But if you do find that other wetland delineation
Yeah,
report,
this is my scratching, or anything you want.
and it was done within the past
Try to
5,
make it
6 years, that might be fine, but if he's going out there already, he can do it.
Okay, but just a matter of putting it on the plan or checking. the
Yes.
update. So the update.
Yeah, ask him for an updated wetland delineation.
You feel free to write on this.
Yep.
So 28 is the contour lines. I have a waiver for that.
Same or?
Yeah. It says 1 or 2 foot intervals, and these are at 4 foot intervals.
Oh, that's the interval, yeah.
You're asking to waive that request?
Is that part of
Right, we talked about that at the
Yep.
last meeting, and it seemed to be acceptable if I put it in writing for a waiver.
Okay.
Make a motion that we waive the requirement for.
I just have a question before, and this may not be related, but our ordinance states that you can't have your building envelope cannot contain greater than 20% slope. So I see a couple of lots that would need either a I don't know if you'd request a waiver or if you'd have to change the lot lines for some of those.
The building envelope
Right.
or not the, I don't believe there's any of that in the envelopes themselves.
Lot
The envelopes-
7 for sure, looks like you have slopes greater than 20%.
Which one, 7?
The one up top.
And I'm not sure if
I'll make a note on that.
not lots 2 and 4 also. So you just may need to be a little more creative with your building envelope there, that's
I
all.
wonder, else, yeah,
What's that?
I wonder for the
You may need to be a little more creative with the building envelope rather than the
Oh,
12 or whatever the typical setbacks you're showing, just to get out of that 20% slope.
Okay. I think he gave more than what we really needed just to show that we had room enough to do it, but we may have to tighten up the building envelope to stay on the slope, is that what you're saying?
Oh,
Or confirm that it's not 20% or
Okay.
show the 20% areas on the plan.
I wonder if for the site, maybe the 2-foot topo might be beneficial to see, but.
I think the engineer's gonna need, if the engineer can engineer the road with what he has for
He can't,
topo.
he can't with 4-foot intervals, correct? This,
Well, here's the really good news. I can create an interval you want based on what he's got there. We just create a surface and pop it up, so
So we can do 2-foot.
it wouldn't be any extra cost to you to do that.
All right, so.
on the road design we're talking about, right?
Well, no, I can do it
Profile.
for the whole lot. It's just, I gotta do it
Oh.
anyway,
He's gonna do it anyways to do his work.
to do that, yep.
There we go.
Well, thanks for doing that.
All right, so we're gonna leave that incomplete.
We're gonna leave it incomplete.
So we're not gonna waive, we're just gonna
Nope.
be incomplete.
Leave it?
Correct.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that you understand the 20%, okay.
Which number was that, though?
28.
28?
Do you know where that is in our ordinance, Brian?
Yes, it's page 7 of the land use ordinance.
It's amazing what computers can do. What I'll do is I'll identify those from the surface, and then we'll real easily be able to cut them out if they're on the building envelopes.
Can you deal with that 20% issue?
Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
So 29 is culverts and drainage ways. There were none shown on the plan.
I do see culverts shown
That's gonna
now.
be part, I believe that's gonna be part of the road
Or-
profile, won't it?
Right.
Yes,
More added.
he's showing them in all the low spots where the road's gonna cross. Those will show up in the plan and profile as actually sized in and as they would appear in the ground through the profile, so that'll all be.
Great.
So we'll get that.
So
Gotcha.
So that's, that's incomplete, yeah.
Yep.
Site plan shows the location and type of any easements or restrictions. We had wanted a utility easement shown, which you said you get us, and deed restrictions. Barry, you had said you were gonna do some deed restrictions?
Yeah, both on the plan, I believe. No mobile homes, no modulars. Not modulars, no double wide,
No,
no,
those
no
are
mobile home.
prefabs. And so that's the only deed restriction you're gonna have in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so that's still incomplete, cause we're gonna get the utility easement on the plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
32, floodplain, shown on the plan.
I see a note that says there's no flood hazard area within any building envelopes. But is there a flood zone?
Calvin, do you mean the 100-year flood zone? There's, it states on the notes that no part of it is in the 100-year flood
Yeah,
zone.
I didn't verify it, but I assume that your engineer, your surveyor must have checked it.
Is that something?
That's something your
He has it on there, I
engineer
mean,
could check.
it's on the stamp.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, the notes talks about the building envelope specifically, but our requirement just says if any portion of the subdivision is in a flood-prone area.
It says area of flood zone is land adjacent to Libby Brook. So,
Well, that is not super descriptive.
no, it doesn't.
How-
But it
how
does,
far
it
adjacent?
does sound like there is a flood zone
Uh,
adjacent to Libby Brook.
You
We
can.
have that information.
Okay,
We
we'll
just-
leave it incomplete.
Yep.
Engineer,
Which number?
32.
32.
32, that we just, okay.
So 33 is higher moderate value wildlife habitat by IFNW. shown on the plan.
Incomplete, we're gonna try and contact IFNW again.
Site plan shows areas designated critical natural area.
I'm sorry, can I back up for a second?
Mhm.
Do you want it, what, updated? For-
Yeah.
okay.
Just a letter. You might need to send the wetland delineation report, but just like this, you submit this, your new wetland delineation report and
That's
vernal
something the
pool.
surveyor did anyway, is that the,
This is the old one.
that's the old one, okay,
Just submit this to IFNW
okay.
and they'll review it.
I see what you're saying,
Yeah.
okay, thank you.
Just get a response back, yeah.
So the next piece was critical natural areas from the Department of Agriculture, and I haven't seen anything on that. Oh, actually it is, it's note 13.
How did they get that? Did they
What is that,
just
sorry?
look online maybe, GIS or
I
something?
have it on the plan, I don't know, it says it's on the plan, I'm not sure what my surveyor did with that.
Just a note, 13.
Yeah, is that something you can just find out online? I think you can do a GIS query.
I think you might be able
I think it's
to.
online, I bet, right? Yeah. I guess we can.
And that's all, when you write to IFNW, typically that's what they do, they just check their database, and then
Yeah.
they send you a letter and say,
Right.
So.
I make a motion to state that's complete.
Okay.
Number
Which one?
34. Number 34.
Is there a
Everybody
second?
else?
Is that a motion?
I mean, I usually see some type of letter response from IFW with these, not just a note on a plan.
Right?
Oh, no, I do, yeah.
Who
But-
seconded?
Nobody yet.
I think
So for
that,
33, we're asking for the response back from IFNW.
Okay.
34 is Department of Ag.
I mean, I guess
I
we
was gonna say, I
could,
think it's a different department, yeah, different agency.
natural,
Yeah.
Southern Regional
Right.
Natural Areas Agency. Yeah.
we could ask for a response back from you guys.
I mean, that's usually what I've ever always had to submit for a permit is some type of
From
response.
the Department of Agriculture?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we said last time, just
Okay.
get a letter from
Yeah.
them. I agree, a note on the drawing doesn't really hold much water.
No, it doesn't.
Send
If
you
they
back
could,
a response.
Yeah.
I can help them with that if you need.
Okay, so we're asking
What
for
number was that?
a letter from the
You said
Department of
34.
Agriculture
Mhm.
on that, okay.
so for 34,
Letter?
Nothing really changed.
So the
Incomplete.
motion is incomplete, not seconded?
Incomplete, they want a letter.
yeah.
So the next is the street plan, number 36.
Sounds
That
like
will be done by
Coming.
the engineer.
So that's going to remain incomplete. 38, deeds. So we wanted deed, proposed deed restrictions, which are on the plan, and any right-of-ways.
Deed restrictions, is that like the covenants, no trailers?
38?
Yes. 38.
Did we have a deed before?
Yes, we had those deeds. We don't have the right-of-way delineation and language that would be
Right.
submitted when that's actually created. I know we saw it. There we go.
Yeah, but this isn't,
What we'd asked for is the most recently recorded deed for the parcel, a copy of all deed restrictions, easements, rights of way, and other encumbrances currently affecting the property.
I think this is existing restrictions, so if there was a restriction that you can't, like if his property was encumbered by a deed that said you couldn't put residential houses on it, then he'd have to, that would be something pertinent to this application, so. If your deed's included and it doesn't include any restrictions, I would say that was,
And I do have the covenants on the plan. Stamp.
the lots that are in behind you, Bowie's and Huber's, they don't have a right-of-way off from this,
They'll have
At all.
different accesses
different access, all different
Yeah.
access points. Okay, just want to make sure.
at Bowen Road.
Not sure why we left it incomplete last time.
I don't know.
Okay.
We're calling it complete.
Complete?
All right, we're calling it complete.
Which number?
38.
38.
39 we've already talked about for the test pits, so that remains incomplete. 40, sufficient volume of water, we had wanted a letter from the fire chief.
Got it.
We did
Got
get
that.
that.
Okay, so we'll call that one complete. 44, homeowner association documents, we would want to require documents, including a road maintenance agreement.
We did get a road maintenance agreement.
It's a little bit of a weird road maintenance agreement.
Which one was that with the, I'm sorry, with the fire chief?
Fire chief was 40.
40?
Yep, and now we're on 44.
Thank you.
I do
Three
want-
different sheets.
Sorry, back to that one, just real quick, sorry. What's the distance between turning into the lots and then the last, do you know? Top of your head, how many, is that
The length of the road?
miles?
It's
Yeah, the
about
length.
1,800
Chief's
feet.
report.
Yeah.
Okay. So about a quarter, so not even a half, a mile.
No.
Do you have a question about the road maintenance agreement?
Yeah, it's weird.
Do you need to look at it?
I've got it somewhere. I mean, it doesn't say who's responsible for upkeeping the road. It just says that folks will contribute to it. So usually there's either an association created. It's also not clear on the plan who's retaining title to the road. So maybe I'm the only one, but this is a weird road maintenance agreement. And maybe the issue is it's complete and we don't like it when we get to considering the substance of it. But you guys tell me.
It's actually one I pulled off, and I know you're gonna say, well, if it was done that way before, it doesn't mean we're gonna do it now, but I pulled it from another subdivision that was done.
Yeah.
Copied it.
I mean, road maintenance associations and things are inherently terrible and they always fail. So I don't necessarily want to
All
set it
they-
up to fail.
As my lawyer would say, is all they are is a legal document anyway, and you gotta end up fighting this stuff, and either an agreement or you're in real trouble anyway, so most of the stuff isn't worth the paper it's written on.
Well, but we should at least try to have the paper that's
Yeah,
written on
well-
be useful.
And I did. I'm not saying it's not necessary, I'm just,
I mean, I think it's complete as far as his application, he's provided
Right,
something,
okay.
but it may,
Yeah.
I can see where you might have some
Okay.
concerns.
So we'll call it complete, understanding that when we consider the substance of this, we may hate your road maintenance agreement.
Okay, so which number is that?
44.
Okay.
Do we have any direction we can provide before, just to make sure we get something a little more,
Yeah, sorry.
Um,
we have something?
Subdivision is all new for all of us.
The state of Maine actually has pretty good guidelines for that. They post on the, if you look in the, like the state of Maine road maintenance agreements, typically in the stormwater site, and it gives you templates, and basically you just provide, when you would sell a lot, they understand that they're part of a association that pay, they set up a fund or whatever. There's different ways to do it, and it's all, typically it's post, as long as it's there, someone's gonna maintain it. Like Barry was saying, it ends up devolving into people fighting always anyway, no matter how well
Turns
it's
into
drawn
Pound
up.
Road.
no matter how well you do it,
Yeah.
somebody's gonna have an issue with it.
but I
I don't
think
think there's is there a lot of guidance in our ordinance about it?
there's no guidance or ours, but there
So
is.
what
That's-
can we,
that's what I'm
so what
struggling
can we,
with, I know.
I mean, what can we enforce then?
So there is a state, so we have to do our job in making sure it meets the performance standards.
Okay.
Which we'll go through when we get there. But I mean, at a minimum, it should talk about, so I don't think there's gonna be an association formed. So it should make it clear that, Barry or his successors in interest are gonna maintain it and they're gonna be assessing it. And these folks who buy in agree to basically pay what Barry charges them.
Basically, what we do with the one I did previous is we have a meeting, I'm actually part of that association. We have a meeting once a year and decide we're gonna do the road, and everybody contributes an agreed amount equally. And we fix, if it needs it, we fix the road or do whatever.
So are you gonna create an
Plowing, I'm not
association?
sure, that depends what people wanna do when they buy. mean,
Well, I think we need that up front. I think that's part of.
No, I won't be. I don't believe unless it's, again, it's something, it's a legal issue. That you can have a law or a rule and unless someone is willing to follow it, it's a legal issue. It's a court, or what do they call it, civil.
Right,
thing.
but our goal is to make sure that roads are taken care of moving forward. And so we have to make sure the pieces are in place to at least give you the best chance of that happening.
Right.
Like, I get it, I've been involved in road association disputes before. This isn't gonna help you at all.
But does it,
So if you wanna leave it, that's fine, we'll consider it, and if it goes to a performance standard, that is what it is. And we can see that when this is complete. So 45, we had asked for ownership information of the roads, as well as ownership, improvement, and management of facilities and improvements will be privately owned, including drainage facilities, covenants, conditions, and restrictions.
which one are we looking at? 45?
45.
Yeah, we had discussed that at the last meeting and you asked me to remove that from the plan and we did.
Remove.
Remove from plan.
You
Road
remove.
assistance, it says, the notes of road assistant, road association will cover that.
Will cover what?
Whatever that requirement was.
So I think what we had said was that we're gonna need ownership information over the road.
Was that 45?
Yep.
Which was 19 on your list.
Applicant should provide
Standard,
a copy of all covenants and restrictions and include a note on the plan that the road shall be retained by developer, which we still don't have.
Yeah, it
It
kind of goes in
says-
concert with your road maintenance agreement.
Right.
Note 7 says proposed spring road is to remain private and will be built to private road standard, but it doesn't say who's gonna retain ownership of it.
Typically, you don't want to retain ownership of it, because if something happens, then you're responsible for it down the road.
But if you choose to do a private road and the town's not gonna take ownership of it, somebody has to.
Well, usually you do a 1/8 interest to each lot owner. But, and then you could retain a right-of-way over that, but you wouldn't be responsible for it if something happened, if there was an accident.
So do I need to write something like that up? Would that help? I don't know.
So whoever's
I
gonna
was-
own the road, we just need that written somewhere. So if you're gonna keep the road, then we need that written, that you're gonna retain the fee to the road.
So that would typically show up in a sample deed, so you'd have a proposed deed for each lot that you'd include in the package for the board to review, and it would say, however, the road's gonna be dealt with, be included right in each deed. A proposed deed for lots 1 through 8.
Would it be part of the road maintenance agreement? Is that?
That would, the road maintenance agreement would be part of that
Concert,
document,
yeah, it would be
really.
part of that document, yeah. I can give you some samples.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna leave that one incomplete. 47, accurate and complete cost estimates. Timeline for construction and sufficient capacity. Financial capacity.
So he submitted an estimate, but I think until we see the road design from the engineer, can't necessarily say, that's it. And then same with the construction timeline. We really need to see the scope of what the engineer recommends for road construction. So I say at this time, that's incomplete until that portion of the work is
So 45 is going to remain complete?
Yes.
45's incomplete, 47's also
Please.
incomplete.
Right.
48, written stormwater management plan prepared by a professional engineer.
That's still pending.
I see the erosion sediment control plan,
Yeah,
but that's
That's not addressing the, let's see,
the
what is it?
stormwater.
Your note says engineer.
engineer.
The stormwater would be if it's triggered, if you
Right, I was
impact.
gonna say, you might wanna just hold off on that one, because if one is required, there will be one. If one is not required, you'll get a letter from me with a stamp saying that this
Right.
meets current.
Okay, perfect. So 48 is incomplete. 49, erosion and sediment control plan.
I think that'll come with the road plan. I mean, he
That'll all
submitted
be-
some
that'll be-
information
that'll
now,
all be
but
on the plan,
I
yeah.
think it should all be in the plan.
So we'll leave that as incomplete. Any portion identified as higher moderate value wildlife by IF&W. The site plan indicates appropriate measures for
So that's-
preservation.
Just back to what we were discussing earlier on when
In the letter.
I skipped 1,000 questions.
These
These
questions
ones are
tie
like-
back to the ones from before. Stuff that drives us nuts in our ordinance.
So 50 and 51 are incomplete. Applicant has provided an estimate of the amount and type of vehicle traffic.
That ends up on the plan too, then, on the profile or something, or a note on
Yeah, I'll take care of that for you.
that? Okay. What number was that, I'm sorry?
52.
52.
That's real simple.
Yeah.
50, 53 is a list of infrastructure improvement with cost estimates. Sounds like we'll get that later. So that's still incomplete. 54, copies of applicable state approvals and permits. We were concerned about NERPA and stormwater permits due to the Libby Brook piece. So that's still incomplete.
Right, that, my document will provide you guidance and all that information. Yeah.
All right. So I move to find that the application is still, sorry.
I just want to ask a question on the engineer's plan. So if I remember correctly, Barry's proposing that he's also going to include in his maintenance Granite Hill Farm Road, the private piece of the road, or you're only going to do the design for this piece coming up to here? I'm struggling with this piece of road from your new, from your new subdivision to the pavement.
Correct, because it won't do any good to plow and maintain the subdivision road if you can't get to it.
Right.
I think I will incorporate language in my maintenance agreement, and not in the ownership of the road, but certainly in the maintenance agreement, that all parties would be involved in the cost of plowing and maintenance.
Okay, so, I mean, I'll tell you what, I took a ride up there earlier this week, and that road, starting to road coming down from the utilities, down over that steeper piece of grade, which isn't on your site plan currently, but is your access way to your site plan. And it's a sticky issue because it's your private road access, former town road. I don't know, is that part of, or is the engineer gonna look at that section and make any recommendations at all for that section?
No, that's something I'm gonna have to deal with, because I don't own that road, the association's not gonna own that road. We all have a right to use it, if I'm wrong, straighten me
So
out.
who owns that road?
So when that's eroding,
It is the same as, according to my attorney, and the town attorney agreed, same as 136 out here, it's no different.
So just
Well, that's
go
a
back, so are you asking for an assessment of that road from an engineer's perspective?
I don't know if that is part of your contract or not.
Typically-
Will it show up on your plan, or is your plan gonna start right here?
Right, it
and-
won't, because I mean, I don't think there's a survey for that where I can assess, you
I
know
know.
what I'm saying?
I have,
He doesn't own it, so.
I have something else on that road from a planning board a year later, August 7th, 2013. A motion made by Arthur Langley moves that Mr. Baldwin has made the planning board aware of the hardship created by the pipeline, which precludes him from doing 8% grade, even though it is close, on the road. The board is aware of this problem and has no concern. The board has discussed this matter, and for the need of an engineer, does not see this as required. Voted for yes, and one no vote.
Was there an
And your vote, no vote.
Was there an application?
No, it's just when things come to the planning board to be discussed, the problem is, I come in to talk about the road and find out what I can do, what it is, what you see it as, and then the board changes. As far as I'm concerned, this is legal precedent, as Jill said, it's on the recording. So they made a motion and seconded it, it passed. As far as I'm concerned, it's a done deal.
Well, I think the hard part is they didn't necessarily have the authority to make the motion and pass it, and that's exactly the reason, is the board changes, so without an application in front of us, we shouldn't be voting or giving guidance or anything like that on it. Otherwise, it's
That's
just an
why-
advisory opinion, it's not binding on the town, it's not binding on the board. I mean, I don't know how you want to deal with the issue of Granite Hill Farm Road at this point.
I honestly don't know. I'm
I
concerned
understand.
that, we're gonna ask Mr. Baldwin to build a road that has the appropriate erosion control and the appropriate base so that we can get a fire truck in there to serve the citizens that buy that lot, but then they can't get up the hill to the power line
But
because
no,
that road
and I-
washed out. So that's what
But they will, no,
that's the
that-
quandary I'm in, I'm trying
In that
to,
meeting, I
how
have
do we do this
agreed,
right?
I have agreed to bring this road up to
Okay,
the town road dirt standard, okay?
All
And be
right.
responsible for maintaining it. We're going, that's.
because I think you had indicated that in your application, and that was just why I was asking if, are there any improvements planned to that road?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I'm seeing problems with it
It's
in
gonna
its current
be-
conditions.
It hasn't been fixed, it isn't built.
Okay,
It's been used. CMP went up there and did their, what do you call that? Big-
MPRP.
right.
The big thing with the power lines, and they did damage, and I've had them come back, and if you look to the left at the top of the hill,
Mm-hmm.
they put some very minor erosion control methods in there that obviously
Okay,
didn't
so
work.
you are gonna make improvements to that road to try to minimize.
I'm gonna
Okay.
bring that up to the same standard as this road.
Okay,
And the only exception is where I brought it in front of the board, that I can't, there's.
right, there's
the
ledge,
road
there's
commissioner
exposed
has
ledge, I
looked
know
at it.
exactly where the ledge is, so
Yeah,
I
So I
understand that.
can't
one
touch
piece
that,
into it,
and I
right.
can't touch it because the pipeline is under it.
Right, no, I totally get that.
So the board realized that, and it creates a hardship that I can't fix it. That's the only thing that I'm not gonna do. The rest of that.
All right, so you're gonna do
It's
some-
gonna be 20, 2 and 2,
Yep,
18-inch of gravel.
you're
It's
gonna
fit.
drainage, you're gonna have culverts
Yeah.
and try to get the water to not channel
Yeah,
down the road.
I'll probably
Okay.
do, yeah, I don't wanna deal with that either. I have dealt with it for a long time. I mean, I've used this piece of land, I've logged it, I operate off it, my business.
Okay,
No, I'm fully aware of
Okay.
what's gotta happen
so
there.
we can,
that's
we
a
can
good
drill into the
point.
details when we get your plan, but I just,
Yeah, well.
I just
if
wanted
it
to
makes
raise
you
that
feel any
question.
better, I actually had CMP come up there and fix, because it wasn't a problem before they did the upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
I had them supposedly fix that. They didn't. It washed out again. Because they put the erosion in and then fixed the road, and it washed out again. They didn't do it properly. For one thing, there's no major ditch on that side of the road at all.
Right.
That's something I gotta do to build the road. I gotta put the power up through there. That's all gonna get constructed at the same time,
okay,
you know.
sounds like we're heading in the same direction.
No, that's a great question, though. Should we kind of include that part in this? Like, I know you said you weren't really planning on it, but it sounds like you're going to be doing almost exactly, maybe
Well-
not as strong
But
of upgrades here as you are over here. But should we include that as part of this, or?
Can we?
I don't
Well,
own
here's,
it.
I
here's
don't-
what I suggest, right? He doesn't have the legal right
I know.
for me to produce a document
Oh,
for
right.
improvements on that road,
Okay.
but I am willing to, as part of the memo that will accompany all this stuff, give an opinion on that road with some suggestions on how to fix it and maintain it, which would be pretty well written, which he can just thereby use and construct it. Something that you guys will have something to fall back on and say,
Right.
oh, an engineer has.
It's not a great situation for any of
Right.
us to be in, I mean.
Right.
I mean,
I would
I
just
don't-
look,
Is this Calvin's Road, is it
Yeah.
Baker's Road, is it, it's,
It's everybody's road.
I know.
If you wanna use that road, you can. It's open to everybody. It's not just, that road is open. You can't keep people out of there.
So
Anybody can go in there.
I'll offer a solution that might not solve the legal problem, but will solve the real problem of how to.
Making sure the road stays.
I mean, I'm working with CMP, if you noticed on the left how that's real steep,
Mhm.
where there isn't a ditch, it's been filled in.
Right.
I'm working with them, as I did, I don't know if you remember, but just before you hit the power line, on the left side,
Mhm.
the different ownership than CMP, they allowed me years ago to take all the stone wall out of there, taper that hall, restore that bank,
Yeah.
put the stone wall back. I'm working with CMP to get them to let me do that on their
On that
section.
parcel.
That's the plan.
Okay.
So I'll be
But I
honest.
don't have any legal, as you put it, I don't have a legal ownership, I don't have the
Well-
authority to,
And that's the concern is at some point down the road, if somebody pitches a fit and decides they want to fight over that road and it is their property and it's not a discontinued town road and it's lapsed to the abutters or whatever's happened to it, your subdivision has no access. And it sounds like that's a risk that at least a previous planning board was willing to take, and we can have that conversation when we consider the merits, but it's not a great place for anyone to be.
I'm not ready to say that part, I guess, until we maybe have some advice from the town attorney on,
Well,
on
then
that
we
portion.
should bring it
How
up.
do we, you know,
Yeah.
from your point of view, it may be ambiguous, and it was for a long time with the attorneys. And I spent a lot of money getting that straightened out.
right, no.
So now, as far as I'm concerned, it isn't. What I was trying to do is just give you the facts of what they decided. I purposely tried to stop short of asking you to make a decision on this, because it's been done, you know, and they've already spent the money. And I agreed to fix something that isn't even mine, so that it works better for my project.
So Ann moved that the application is still incomplete. Do we have a second?
Second and complete.
All those in favor?
All right.
Thank you.
We don't-
See you
See you
in,
again.
see you in a month or so.
Yeah.
Barry, you'll be coming back or planning to come back in?
Yes, and you understand, I realize I'm expected to come back with 100%, believing it's 100% complete, but it's really tough to do all these things at once, because you
Oh,
know,
no.
more questions, so I'm just trying to get it closer and
No,
closer.
that's great. I just,
I'm
yeah.
not asking for it to be finished this month.
Okay, so Ann was recorded,
Was?
okay, and you'll let me,
I will, yep, I'll do up the decision like I did last time.
Totally.
It's a little bit shorter.
and working off of the old one.
Yeah, it'll be a new one for today's date.
Okay, because kind of like what I did in my handwritten one there, is I used the 1-3, 117, and wherever they were.
It's not about me. Thanks.
Thank you.
I made the change and then put the date 4/5.
If you want to do it up, that's
no,
fine.
no, I'm
Then,
not
all right,
doing it
then
up.
I'll figure it out. And I'll
Okay.
send it to you guys.
I've misplaced some documents and got all my stuff.
I know, right?
All right. Next up, Kenneth and Gwen. Kenneth and Gwen, how do you pronounce your last name?
It's actually Shewitt, like
It is-
Jackson.
It is
Hewitt.
here.
Okay.
Spelled.
I'm glad I didn't try that.
We've heard it all.
Started with an H. Yeah, that's me.
Hoo-ah, just like the Marine.
Welcome back.
Yes, we've been to every board. And we're back here with you guys.
We're
Business
back.
and civics.
Sorry.
I'm doing good.
I'm trying to find this documentation that Jill gave us that I've now mixed up with all my other stuff.
Looks like this one. Does that help? Yep. Right on your, right
I
on
know
your
she
binder.
just gave it to me.
Right on the top of your binder.
I know she just gave it to me.
Oh. Okay.
I had another one. Look. I found it.
You want me to throw that up here? Do you mind?
Oh, sure. Sure, where to? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's a nice plan. I like colors.
It's the same print. We didn't change anything.
Okay.
Nothing.
I got colors on this one too. Makes it easy.
So I was looking at your application correctly. It looks like there has been a piece of land that you have purchased.
No.
No, I was looking at.
No, we're looking to get that piece of property from the town.
Okay, so acquiring it from the town.
Right.
Okay.
I think they didn't know they even owned it, and it was just a little turnaround, I think, for a school bus a long time ago. And what it's doing is it's detouring us from, if you, on that one, you can see where we're trying to put campsites in. And the camp, yeah, and I'm sorry, I did not highlight the little chunk that we're trying to get from you.
Yeah,
That's-
it's that triangle.
It detours us from having the setback in order to have two or three of the sites. And so, the town agreed to give the property to us at the price of whatever it was gonna cost to turn it over to us. Because we have paperwork on that, old paperwork that said, it was to be maintained and have a fence around it. And as it stands now, it's it looks like they just dumped, it's an old dump spot. And the fence is just rotten and is sticking out of the trees with barbed wire and everything. So, it's, for a campground, we don't want the kids over there scratching themselves on all that, and then there's just a big junk pile. So, they did agree to give that to us. So I don't know what's going on with that, but that was supposed to have been addressed.
So you guys want us to grant your conditional use conditioned on getting that chunk?
It was supposed to be.
Yes, we should.
Yeah.
We should have did that. The last two board meetings that we came to, they should have did that. They should have just made a conditional use that we got this piece of property, because we're only looking at 3 sites at this point in time. So it's a setback for 100 feet, and then our sites would be, there's 3 sites coming off of this would just be over that. So we would have to acquire that little pie-shaped chunk to be able to put those 3 sites in. So we got a conditional for the campground with the
with the agreement to
approval,
come back
right,
to.
with the agreement.
They
to come
agreed
back
to give
be
that
able
piece
do
to
that.
us with the price of however much it was gonna cost to transfer that over. So that was supposed to have been
So that
in operation.
It's two sites here. You say 3 sites?
2 sites, whatever, yeah, 2
Two
sites,
sites.
whatever it was, sorry.
Yeah,
It was-
so if I remember, with these 2 sites, you couldn't meet the setback.
Right.
Yes.
So you're gonna acquire this property,
From
and what
you-
you're asking
from
for us to
town.
do, so we granted you a conditional use for everything but these
those
2
two
sites.
sites.
Right,
That's what we did last time.
yeah.
Right. So now you want to amend that conditional use to include these 2 sites.
Right.
Which we can't give you because you don't own it, but you want us to put a condition on the approval.
Right.
So you're sort of putting the cart before the horse, and you want us to
Well,
say,
last
when you
time,
get the horse,
last
you're
time we were here, it was supposed to be being that paperwork was supposed to be being done. They agreed to give that to, the town had agreed, or the board or whatever, to give that piece to us at the price of whatever it was gonna cost to get that done. Well, that, I believe, is when, the last guy had left.
If I could just give a little insight, the state law says that if you have a purchase and sale, that is legal standing to apply to a planning board for an application. So talked to Ruth, town administrator, and she said that we could just use the minutes that shows, did you find those minutes?
Yeah, you
Okay.
have,
Yeah.
everybody's got
That
this.
shows,
So, I'm not even sure the selectmen can deed this out. It might need to be town meeting.
No, they
No.
can deed it out.
they looked at that's a policy, and they could.
So we've adopted it at town meeting that they can just.
They have the right to dispose of certain properties. I haven't read
At their
it.
discretion.
Surplus property at their discretion.
Okay.
And this is, I think it's 50 by, it's dinky, really small,
Yeah.
really small. This is not,
Yeah, it's
You know,
not
this
anything
is-
major.
the whole road, this whole length of the road, I think is like 1.5 acres from the middle of the old schoolhouse road, and that's the little piece of what it is. It's probably, I don't know, 1/20 of an acre or something like that. It's not very big.
Am I missing, do we have the selectmen's meeting piece?
That's what
I have the appeals board,
And
saying that you should,
The
the
town
town
didn't
should just
even know
sign
that
it.
they even had ownership until I brought them this print and said that
Right.
they own. And then they said, well, you can't put the
those
sites
sites
in
in.
because we own that piece. And then, well, that brought the question as, well, you know, obviously this is a discontinued road, so you can't discontinue a road if you own a piece of property on it. So is that really a discontinued road? And we go on and on and
Another
on.
one of those.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't want
Yeah.
to create, you know, because that
Right.
gives me road frontage. You know, we're creating a whole different thing here. You know, so you know.
And I'm
'Cause
gonna
that's my
excuse
problem.
myself from this right here, just
Right,
because
please.
I just,
Right
no,
across
you guys
the
are my
street.
neighbors, right? So I'm just gonna
Right.
sit.
It's okay.
No,
All
So
right.
Juliet's recusing herself.
I am, thank you.
So you're saying we have to go to the town and create a deed for this and then come back again?
So Ruth said it's in the,
It's in the minutes. So state law says that to apply to the planning board or to get, for a code officer to issue a permit, that there has to be standing, you have to prove standing. And purchase and sales agreements have been deemed by the courts to be suitable, sufficient for to prove standing. Well, and Ruth said, well, the minute shows that there's an agreement between the parties to transfer the property.
Which minutes?
Appeals board
we
said
don't
that they
have-
should go to the selectmen's meeting, but we don't have the selectmen's
Yeah, I
minutes
don't know.
saying the
She-
selectmen approved that.
Well, she said that you had it, I guess. Or did you? Ruth said you had the minutes.
I talked to the selectmen myself. And that's what,
From the
that's what it was.
selectmen's
I
meeting,
don't have
because
it.
I know I talked to Ruth, she said it was all set, it was just waiting for. So, I mean, you could, as I say, you could approve it based upon the condition that the land be conveyed.
Was it the November 29th meeting?
I'm not sure,
You
what
know?
I don't know, what
Yeah,
packet are they in?
I think I can,
Just wondering if we can find them quickly.
to make this case go to another meeting.
I don't,
It didn't have a very
they're gonna
piece
have
of
to go,
paper here.
they're gonna have to go back around the boards again.
No, well.
I don't know, I thought they would be in the package here. Has anyone seen them? I thought she was gonna include them.
We just have the appeals board.
Yep, yeah, I saw those.
Yeah, we don't have anything.
Oh, I see, I thought you had put that in here, so. No, that's just the appeals board.
So I guess let's raise the question. If we had the minutes from the selectmen's meeting authorizing Ruth to start the transaction, would we consider that sufficient to consider this application?
Or a piece of property that the town doesn't even.
I know.
We've been paying taxes on it the
Right.
past couple of years as it is
I think
now,
I
and they
can
didn't
get
know
to
they
them.
even
They're
had it, so
locked
it's
up.
not,
No.
we, you know,
Thanks for
petitioned all the
trying.
neighbors and they,
Thanks for trying.
Right.
it's just,
wait.
you know, it's nothing of
Wait.
value. It's
No,
gonna cost
right.
me more to convey it onto this property than it's worth.
No, yeah,
The only thing it is for me is it gives me my 2 sites.
right.
So, I mean, I guess I'm comfortable considering it and making it a
We're
condition.
still trying.
Okay.
Okay.
And
I got a hairpin though.
I was just
I don't know how to pick one.
you know, and it'll need to be recorded and all of that
Okay,
because it's not your fault that
we could get it.
we can't get out of our own damn way.
All right, so we want to go through the application.
So this is an amendment to the conditional use permit they already have.
Right.
Right, we've already,
This was Paul's idea to go through this whole scenario all over again, and I asked if we could do something different, and he said, no, we have to go through the whole thing over again for those two sites.
so I just repeated everything basically we had last time, so.
Yeah, so I
We've
think
already
the issue,
gone
for our consideration, we've already given them conditional use
Right.
for all of the sites except 2. So I think when we're going through our criteria, we're just considering the impact that these additional 2 sites have on their factors.
They're already existing sites.
The only question I would have is, did you get approval from the Department of Health and Human Services for these extra 2 lots? Do you have Have they seen the plan for the amendment?
No, we have to submit the whole thing, and we don't have permitting for that. That's a conditional for the existing permit that we have.
But you do have a permit existing. This all went to DHHS and got approved?
That was
Oh,
a
yeah.
condition.
No, that was a condition of the
last
conditional
time we
use.
approved it.
But that still isn't done
How
yet.
that works is you build it, they come, and then they say, hey, this, that, and then they give you a permit. That's how the DHHS.
DHHS.
Because they have very strict rules. The last one I did in 2012, we actually did go through the whole, put all the plans together, and they approved them. There's so many feet each lot has to be from a bathroom.
Yep.
and
Yeah,
All
we've
that
already-
stuff is very, very regulated, so.
Yep,
Yeah.
They have to approve the number of sites, and then you get licensed every year. And
yep.
But you're approved up to a certain
We're
number of
approved
sites
now,
already.
yeah, we do all that now, yeah. It's
So this
just-
is an
you
expansion.
are,
We
okay.
are a campground now,
Yeah,
so.
okay. So I just would say that you'd condition that upon DHHS approval.
Right. And it already is with the other one, but we could do that with these two, I guess, as well.
Did Jill make up a checklist for anybody we can start to use?
I have an application
Uh,
checklist. I don't
yeah,
know where
she-
it came from.
I was gonna say, we don't have anything new.
It's on page, if you just use page.
Well, I know, but we have to fill one in to give to Jill, so.
I think Jill was thinking.
I don't know where it came from, but
Really? You had it, it's yours.
I think
I did the last one.
All right.
I have the last one that we did.
Page 67, the campground.
Does that matter? This is the one we did back in October.
I don't have the performance standards though. I only have the application checklist.
I'm looking to see what I have.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, they've given us a pretty good
No, I know, totally agree.
summary.
I'm not,
I think we could change this into our findings. Although I don't know if there are two different ones.
We also have the bindings from last time. We don't have them physically. They did not get printed.
no.
What are you looking for? I don't know what we're looking for.
We don't want to do it too far until Jill's
No,
here.
that's what I had.
We'll get in trouble if we do much when Jill's not sitting there.
So, do we want to go through the application
Can we
checklist?
do it without Jill here? We're gonna get in trouble?
I would leave that to the chair.
Taking the minutes.
She watched video, right?
All right, a fully executed and signed copy of the application for conditional use.
You got it.
A site plan with date, scale, point north, drawn to sufficient scale to allow the items listed under the approval criteria, but not more than 100 feet to an inch.
Yes.
The owner's name and address, the name of the engineer, surveyor, or both preparing the plan. Complete?
Yes.
Right?
No? Yes?
I think so. We met it the last time around.
Right.
Frankly, it means it this time.
That should be pretty easy, guys. Just looking for consensus. Name and addresses of all abutting property owners. The applicant shall include a copy of the abutters.
Yes. Okay.
Years?
Pause.
Trying to open the safe?
You have extra ears.
So,
Go listen to the video.
do,
I was trying to pull up on my phone. It wouldn't work.
this new application, do we need new notifications?
We got all the new notifications.
You have new notifications. Oh,
Good
Thank
job, guys.
I think it was getting late.
After the fifth time, it's,
you guys in school
When they
now.
switched, we're like,
Yeah,
hey, we
it's
got it all
like-
down.
You know who your neighbors are now, anyway.
Can you just give those to Calvin? Did I miss them?
Is it all of this? Because they came in later. Is that
Oh,
what you're
okay.
looking for?
yeah, you're looking
Yeah.
for the,
Perfect.
you're looking for those.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank
You
you.
have the originals?
Yeah. They're in this one. They're in.
Do you want the originals, or do you want the copies?
These are I'll take the originals if you.
We'll take the copies then.
Treat ya.
All right. Want to keep going? Even without the chair here?
I'm
Should I hold?
fucking
I'm just anxious to go home.
I know.
Yeah.
So, can we just shortcut the application checklist and just move to the performance standards?
You want to deem the application as complete because it is.
I kind of do.
It's the same application, right?
Right.
Yeah, I basically just followed the whole.
Now, if I had suggested that, I know I would have gotten a dirty look from across the table.
Could have been an hour earlier.
I'm all right with that.
Turn into a pumpkin at 9 o'clock.
This is just the town ordinances and stuff like that, as well as this protocol that we had to go by. You know.
No, I know.
You guys know.
All too well.
Oh, yeah, you guys know.
All right, well, we shouldn't make a motion until the chair and the secretary are here.
Yeah, let me just let her know that you don't need them, we'll just make it a condition.
I mean, either they get it or they don't.
Right.
Right, if they don't get the land, they're not gonna,
Right.
they're not gonna put the lots in anyway, so.
$10 says the town attorney decides we don't own it.
Sorry,
Don't
guys.
say that. Nobody knows who owns it.
It was transferred to the RSU as part of the school's land.
It's
Added twisted.
It is.
Then you need a deed from the RSU.
Schools, and the RSU schools is the town of Durham. I have the deed. The deed's in there.
Okay,
Yeah, I
yeah.
found the deed and everything.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I've already been down there. I've already accidentally debunked that one. Because I didn't want to go to the 4 other meetings, you know what I'm
I
saying?
hear ya. I get it.
No, it's
They
deeded
didn't
back
want
to
you at 4
the,
other meetings.
if the school is no longer used
Yeah.
or accessed or whatever, it deeds back to the
town.
deeds back to the school system, which is the RSU, and the RSU is part of the town, so the town actually maintains ownership of that piece of
Oh, actually, no, I think you're gonna need to get it from the RSU.
Which is the 3 towns.
Yeah.
You better hope it doesn't. You better hope it reverted back to town ownership, not school ownership.
There's a log in front of it.
No, I get you.
Somebody will tell us what's going on.
Let's just make sure we write it broadly enough.
Yeah.
The issue is we have no road frontage either, because this was changed to a road here, so now people across the street own this. So we couldn't get road frontage here, and then we couldn't get road frontage, if somebody owns that, we couldn't get it here either, so we have no road frontage to do anything with. So it's a pain in the butt to, just figure everything out.
Yeah, you guys might need to go to the RSU.
No.
It's alright, we threw another wrench in it. The town may not own it.
What?
Yep. So we're just gonna approve it with the
Well, I was
condition.
told by the town that the town owns it.
Some doesn't know
Hopefully.
they own it, maybe the RSC
Yeah.
doesn't know they own it.
Probably not.
Yeah, I would not put money on that one.
We're moving to January now,
So the thought is, we go through this and just make a condition that they turn
Exactly.
over the
So they don't
deeds
have to
whenever
come
they are
back.
able to sort everything out with
Right.
Yeah,
whichever.
whoever owns it,
Whoever
that they
owns
get,
it.
that you get title,
Yep.
recorded title to that.
Exactly. Yep. That's easy.
And I really hope the town does not deed something it doesn't own.
It'll be, trust me, it'll be a quick claim without covenant.
Real quick.
meeting I was just listening to, it sounded like they were just talking about doing some research into it. So there was no decision on that meeting that they
All
blew
right,
up.
so while you're out, we quickly blew through and we're ready to deem that this application is complete.
Yeah, so I make a motion to find that it's complete. Actually. So we need a second.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
She's not here to record this.
Go for it.
Well, you're gonna get scolded now.
All right. I'm gonna write right here.
Now, so where would we go if the RSU owns that?
Superintendent's office.
Yeah.
That's it?
Well, I would start there, yeah.
Yeah. Becky Foley is the superintendent.
Okay.
They're on West Street, Freeport is where the office is.
Oh, okay.
January, we started the budget.
Should we tell them to stop?
Jill, you can stop researching it now for now. We're moving on.
Thank you, though.
Who's that that's singing that?
John?
John,
Get a
we got a new strategery.
Now, the performance standards?
So we don't have a performance standard checklist. At least I don't have one. But the Hewitts gave us this.
What was that
Right.
that said that?
So, it's that, we're moving on. We're just gonna make a condition of use that they have provide a copy of the deeds. And they
So
are
what did I
sorted
miss?
out. So we have deemed the application
it from
complete.
the last
It was
time.
moved by Ann, seconded by me,
Perfect.
and it was unanimous except for
The one
one,
that we did last
the
time.
member was recused.
So we can cross-reference at least the questions with what they have provided us, right?
I was kinda hoping I had your old application in here, but I must have taken it out.
I've got the
Then they're
approval,
going
I've got their
for-
approval criteria, at least
Okay.
my handwritten. I was the one who was keeping the record, so
Okay,
I've got it from last time.
you want me to keep record, or are you gonna, is that an extra copy that we can write on for the new one?
I mean, it's from my notes from last time, so it's got notes on it from before, so it's not but you can write on it if you want, or I can write on it.
You wanna go through the checklist? Okay,
It's in front of me.
alright.
All right, approval criteria will not result in undue water or air pollution.
Actually, if you'd like to share that, I will make the exact same motions that we made last time.
You can read my writing.
What have you got for a paper?
Well,
I have the
unfortunately, we don't
old
have.
one from.
We have the one from last time. We don't
from-
have a new checklist, unless you've printed one.
No.
No,
Because I
'cause-
don't know what to print unless I'm told.
Alright,
That was my bad, sorry.
so
Okay,
we're gonna use
so-
the same checklist we had from the last time they appeared in front of us.
Well, then just give me a minute to catch up.
Okay.
That would be the one with the 321.
It was October 5th is when they were here.
Okay, I think that's the one I gave you, Calvin.
What's that?
The October 5th.
I'm just looking at, I mean, it's just the generic approval criteria for. an
This one?
application.
Yeah, well, that's their, it's their, they wrote out that criteria, but we're using,
Yeah,
With this one.
they've written out their answers here. so.
We've mirrored the same thing you guys have.
Yeah.
on our things,
Yeah, we didn't know who it belonged to.
I'm waiting for Jill. Go away.
Well, I don't think I have it, so you might as well just go for it.
So I'm going to move to find that it will not result in undue water or air pollution because they will have.
Oh, sad.
Yeah, Mike's not going to be able to second it. Because it will have adequate septic design. They're only adding 2 sites, and it will be a minor increase in vehicles and campfires.
Oh, wait, somebody has to be writing this part down, whatever you're saying, right?
Is it really? No, it's right here. See?
Sweet. Does anyone want to second that?
I'll second that.
All those in favor? Has sufficient water available for the reasonably foreseeable needs of the proposed use, including fire protection, will not cause an unreasonable burden on existing water supply if one is to be utilized. This criteria shall include use of an aquifer, and the applicant must show that its use will not harm the wells of those currently relying on said aquifer.
So I'm gonna move to find that this is complete. The additional, or met the additional 2 sites will provide minimal additional requirement for fire protection, and they will have a drilled well. That'll meet the fire protection needs.
Second.
All those in favor? Will not cause unreasonable soil erosion or reduction in the capacity of the land to hold water so that a dangerous or unhealthy condition may result. Sorry, I took that away from you again.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's sort of combine these. I move to find that this will be met. Again, we're only talking about 2 additional sites. And there will be minimal, the sites are already existing, so there'll be minimal work to be done to cause erosion issues.
Second.
All those in favor? Will not cause highway or public road congestion or unsafe conditions with respect to use of the highway or public road existing or proposed.
I move to find that this criteria is complete. Again, we're only adding 2 sites, so minimal traffic. And there's also leisure lane that comes off of 136.
Second.
All those in favor? Will provide for adequate sewage disposal in conformity with the state plumbing code and all other applicable regulations.
So I move to find this complete. They've provided us with an HHE 200 and we'll also get HHS sign off on all of this.
Second.
All those in favor? Will not cause an unreasonable burden on the ability of the municipality to dispose of solid waste or sewage if municipal services are to be utilized. Did I go to the wrong one?
That's the
Checklist.
next one. Next one was fire protection, I thought, but
Didn't we already do fire protection?
Sorry.
A lot of the questions are redundant. They're just asking the same question in 3 different areas.
page 55.
Yeah, sorry.
Top of the page.
Should I go through this part?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll just keep up.
The proposed development will have adequate fire protection.
I move to find that it'll have adequate fire protection because there's a source within 1 mile. Then they will have a drilled well for water source as well.
Second.
All those in favor? Will not have an undue adverse effect on the scenic or natural beauty of the area, aesthetics, historic sites, or rare or irreplaceable natural areas, any deer wintering areas identified by the Maine Department of Fish and Wildlife or other agency, or any public rights for physical or visual access to water bodies. I move to find that there are no historic sites or rare and irreplaceable natural areas or deer wintering areas. And again, the clearing is minimal.
Second.
All those in favor? It's in conformance with the town's comprehensive plan and all other applicable town ordinances. last time it
So
was-
this one,
Last time it was just those sites that we were talking about, and then we.
yeah, so I'm gonna move that we address this one through the imposition of a condition that the Hewitts or the LLC obtain sufficient ownership of that little triangle piece in order to meet the very technical description.
That's exactly what it is, though. A little triangle piece on the corner.
Piece of slice of pie.
Talking
in
the
order
same
to meet
language.
setbacks.
That's funny.
I second the acquisition of the triangle piece. Proof of the acquisition of the triangle piece.
All those in favor?
That's funny.
Okay.
The applicant has adequate financial and technical capacity to meet the standards required by this ordinance. Couldn't tell you even what that says.
So I'm gonna move to find that that piece is met. The additional expense of these two sites is minimal.
Second.
All those in favor? Whenever situated in whole or in part within 250 feet of any pond, lake, stream, or river waters will not adversely affect the quality of such body of water or unreasonably affect the shoreline of such body of water.
I find that it is not within 250 feet of any of the relevant water bodies.
Second.
All those in favor? Will not alone or in conjunction with existing activities adversely affect the quality or quantity of groundwater.
I don't know what that says.
Not discharge. It says will not affect because not discharging anything.
I'm gonna move to
Shorthand.
find that this one is met because they'll be appropriately disposing out of wastewater and will not be discharging anything into the groundwater system.
Second.
All those in favor? The applicant will determine based on the Federal Emergency Management Agency's flood boundary and floodway maps and flood insurance rate maps whether the site of the proposed use is in a flood prone area. Yada, yada, yada. Not applicable. It's not a floodplain. That's what.
Okay, I will move to find that that it's not in a floodplain, so it meets this criteria.
Second.
All those in favor? Will not have an adverse impact on spawning grounds, fish, aquatic life, bird, or other wildlife habitat.
I am going to move to find that this criteria is met because there's minimal impact on wildlife habitat and there's no water.
Second.
All those in favor? Will not cause noise, odor, glare, or vibration to disturb the peaceful enjoyment of adjacent property.
I'm going to move to
It was
find...
buffered in because there's a noise ordinance.
Okay. I'm going to move to find that this standard is met because there's sufficient buffering and they'll anyway be subject to our ongoing noise provisions.
Second.
All those in favor? Will not place an excessive burden on the ability of the town to provide municipal, governmental, or educational services.
We have to find that this is met because...
Campers wouldn't have small kids going to school.
Did I really say that?
Yeah.
This
It
will
was
not-
late at night again.
This will not add students to our schools, and there'll be minimal town services required.
Second.
All those in favor?
Sorry, sleeping.
Just trying to keep it simple.
That's the end of our performance criteria.
Our approval
there's-
criteria, right?
Sorry. Approval criteria.
Do we have
We
more?
also had camp. I don't have a copy of that. We also had campground requirement criteria that we went through last time. Do we feel we want to do that again? It was,
Find it.
it's in our ordinance. Sorry.
We were
It's
just
on
on the
page
campground.
six.
Page
It's
67.
on page 67.
Hey, but I have a retype, so I'll be right back.
What?
Up page 67, 68 into one of these.
Oh,
Oh, perfect.
Oh, okay.
awesome.
Rolling right along.
I think last time we just kind of read through it and then anything that. There was only one thing that we talked about last time. unless we want to change the date of our meeting.
Good. I don't see any reason why we couldn't, as long as we announce it ahead of
And
time.
have space available. I don't know who uses this room on other days, but.
No. I don't think there's any other groups that meet on Wednesdays, right? Only zoning board of appeals if there's a case, right?
Ready and recording?
Yay.
Thank you. Do you want to record or do you want me to record?
No, we're-
Okay, I'll read it.
I don't know that anyone's gonna understand my chicken scratch.
Well, you saw mine.
But there's space for your motions to write right in.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe. So do you want me to read through? Last time we didn't make motions on each of these, but maybe that's because we were getting like towards the end. But so you want me to read through it?
Sure.
Okay. Campground shall conform to the minimum requirements imposed under state licensing procedures and the following in cases of possible conflict, the stricter shall apply. A campground must be constructed on at least 20 acres of land, and all camping units or structures shall be located at least 1,090 feet from any property line and at least 400 feet from any residence.
I think that's supposed to be a period, not a colon.
Sorry, I'm just looking over here.
On A.
Where?
That, I think that's its own
Oh, that's the end?
criteria. Yeah, I
Oh.
think it's supposed to be a period, not a colon.
Okay, so campground shall conform to the minimum requirements imposed under state licensing procedures and the following. I don't know how
All
we
right,
make a
let's
motion
just
on
do
that.
under state licensing procedures. How's that?
This is right from our ordinance, so I don't.
Sorry.
Well, here's the ordinance.
Yeah, I've got the
Yeah, no, I
ordinance.
mean, it
Yeah, no,
is
the
exactly the way it
ordinance-
is written in the
Yeah, oh,
ordinance.
yeah.
too.
That's
No, no.
exactly the way.
I know,
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion to make this a condition of approval that they have to obtain all necessary campground licenses from
Right.
the state.
Second.
All those in favor?
Okay, good.
And the next one, I think, has a typo. Campground must be constructed on at least 20 acres of land, and all camping units or structures shall be located at least 100 feet from any property line and at least 400 feet from any residents except residences belonging to the campground owners.
So I'm gonna move to impose a condition that they acquire the triangle piece.
Second.
All those in favor? Campsites shall be laid out and screened in such a manner that none are within view from public roads, navigable rivers, existing residences, including from the second floor windows thereof, or approved subdivision lots. Any combination of evergreen planting, landscaped earthen berms, or solid fencing may be used to achieve the screening standard when campsites would otherwise be visible from the locations described above.
I'm gonna move to find that this criteria is met because they have sufficient vegetation and screening.
Second.
All those in favor? No overnight, sorry. I'll let you finish.
No, good.
No overnight sleeping shall be allowed in vehicles except for recreational vehicles and trailers.
Do we make that a condition?
Right, that's,
Did we not even consider these last time?
We did not make motions on each of them.
All right.
Right.
So I'm gonna move to make that a condition of the permit, that no overnight sleeping is allowed in vehicles except for RVs.
second.
All those in favor? 10 sites and sites for recreational vehicles shall be laid out so that the density of each developed acre of land does not exceed 11 campsites per acre.
That doesn't push them over, does it? How many campsites we have total? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's bigger, they're bigger than that, so. An acre, 11 campsites in 1 acre?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
How many acres do you
that's a
have?
lot, we have 86 acres.
Oh, God, yeah. Okay.
We're on, I think, 25 or whatever, or something like that, I mean, that's really tight, that's like passing a cup of coffee to your next door neighbor. Yeah.
Okay, I move to find that this is satisfied.
Second.
All those in favor? Campsites shall only be allowed on land as defined defined as moderate or slight according to the county soil survey of the USDA Soil Conservation Service.
Did we have information on this last time?
There was an existing facility,
Yeah.
I think was our approach at
Okay.
the last one. These are existing sites being restored.
Right.
It's existing developed land.
All right, so I'm gonna move to find that we waive this requirement. We can't waive requirements, can we? What are we gonna do?
We're saying the soils are adequate, they're existing redevelopment of the existing developed, previously developed land.
All right, that'll give me your motion, because
All right.
I'll second it though.
Let's see, we'll go back to this one. Let's see. Move that we find this meets the standard because this is previously developed land that these sites will be constructed upon.
I seconded it.
All those in favor? The area intended for placement of the recreational vehicle tent or shelter and utility service buildings shall be set back a minimum of 250 feet from the normal high water mark or any pond or river.
I'm gonna move to find that this is satisfied because there is no pond or river within 250 feet.
Second.
All those in favor? Campsites intended for placement of an RV, tent shelter, or structure for human use will not be permitted in a resource protection zone, notwithstanding the provisions of Article 5. A campground may conduct non-intensive recreation, primitive recreation, open space uses in resource protection zones, and may build piers, docks, and marinas as associated uses to the campground, so long as those uses comply with the applicable requirements of this ordinance.
I'm gonna move to find that this standard is satisfied because it is not in a resource protection zone.
Second.
All those in favor? A campground shall provide water and sewers systems, sanitary stations, and convenience facilities in accordance with the regulations of the state plumbing code and the State of Maine Department of Human Services. In no case shall fewer than one toilet, lavatory, and shower be provided for each sex for every 10 camping and tent sites.
I'm gonna move to make the HHS. I think I'm missing an H in there.
It's all regulated by the state, so.
Approval a condition to deal with these.
Second.
All those in favor? A time limit is placed on the occupancy of any one camping space on a continuing basis as follows: 12 weeks for the period May 15th, December 15th of each year, and 2 weeks for all other times. Only camping units defined, such as defined herein, plus a towing vehicle shall be permitted with any camper park temporarily or otherwise.
So I think we made this a condition last time as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna move to impose this condition on the time limits condition of the time limits on the permit.
Second.
All those in favor? Clearing within 250 feet of Runaround Pond, the east branch of the Royal River, Chandler River, Garish Brook, Newell Brook, Meadow Brook, Dyer Brook, or the Androscoggin River. Clearing of trees and converting to other vegetation is permitted for approved construction and landscaping. Where such clearing extends to the shoreline, a cleared opening or openings not greater than 30 feet in width for every 100 feet of shoreline may be created in the strip extending 50 feet from the normal high water mark and paralleling the shoreline, etc.
I'm going to move to find that this is satisfied because it's not within 250 feet of any of those water bodies.
Second.
All those in favor?
Okay, so I'm going to move approval of the application with the following conditions. They obtain HHS approval of the campground and all sewage disposal facilities. They obtain and record adequate ownership of that triangle. They obtain all state licenses. That no overnight sleeping shall be allowed in vehicles except for RVs.
Oh, come on.
And that occupancy of any one camping space shall be no more than 12 weeks from May 15th to September 15th, and 2 weeks for all other times.
Second,
All those in favor?
just making sure you got through them all.
I'm gonna give you these. I don't want to be responsible for them. If that's okay.
That'd be good.
All right.
Well, good luck.
Yeah.
I hope you get this sorted out.
Phew.
Yeah, I have it right here, I have it, it's the school district.
Is it?
Yeah. And I was told that the town owns it, the school district, so.
Could you share a copy of that with us?
You guys have
I
it
think
all?
we have
We
it
do.
actually
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys have it all in your packets, so.
from October.
It might, because it's an RSU.
Yeah, I don't.
Whatever property
The
goes.
whole transfer, the whole transfer
Yeah,
of school
property.
to, I don't know how those deeds are written
Yeah,
when they
that's
form
okay.
the RSUs.
I'll let you guys know.
I'm sure I'll hear because the chair's my neighbor, chair of the school board's my neighbor. She's gonna be like, what is it?
What did you do?
Who's this guy? He keeps knocking on my door.
Can I make a motion? Oh, do you want to
No.
talk about moving the
Yes.
next meeting?
Yeah, there was a couple, you guys are all set. I'm just throwing things everywhere. There was a couple of questions about, I lost my journal. Meetings. Juliet had a question about,
Yeah, I wanted to recommend maybe a workshop, if anyone was interested, regarding maybe reviewing the subdivision requirements of the permit application and what we will require of the applicants. Kind of all get on the same page, you know, like, as far as like the site plan goes, you know,
Guys.
for, you know, contours and, you know, specifics regarding like, this, I can't think right now, so cross sections, you know, like specifics, and then, you know, wetland delineation reports and, letters for the agencies, you know, so we're kind of all on the same base
not all of
going
us to
forward.
touch base up. All of us. to
Yeah.
Touch base on that.
Yeah, just like kind of a quick, it doesn't even really have to be long, maybe like half an hour or something, if you guys were interested. Because I have a feeling we're gonna be seeing a lot more subdivision applications, more hefty applications coming forward. You know, maybe sometime
So-
in May or June or
So are
something.
we looking to bring somebody in to facilitate from an engineer's perspective to help us, or are we just looking to?
Possibly. I was
talk
thinking
amongst
more
ourselves?
internal,
Okay.
kind of decide between us like all what we would like to see, or we could try and have someone come in.
I mean, I think the ordinance is pretty specific in terms of what it requires, so I think
Yeah.
that has to be our starting point, and
Yeah,
then based
agreed,
on, you know,
completely.
the application.
Yeah, maybe just like we can go through the ordinance, that section real quick and say, okay, you know, let's require this going forward.
Well, I think we need to base it on the application in front of us. I don't think we can say, I
Yeah.
mean, so, you know, in one case, 4-foot contours might be absolutely fine, and in another, it's not.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure what we'd gain from the
yeah.
The
So
workshop.
sometimes they're not always, everything's not standard, I guess.
right.
I think it's all, you know, and the real struggle is some of our applicants are gonna come in with a knockout
Yeah,
Sebago Technics engineered package and a binder,
Yep.
and it's gonna be like, wow, and,
yeah,
in our town, we're also gonna have folks who are gonna try to do it as grassroots as they can.
right.
Um,
So if we're,
That's the struggle. I think
Yeah.
it seems like, you know, like the applicant today, he now has an engineer on board. I think what we see next time he comes will hopefully be a lot more complete,
yeah,
now that he's brought in a professional to work with him on it.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think the other hard part is that our ordinance contemplates basically a pre-meeting with the code officer, and poor Calvin sort of standing in very kindly.
Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff that we're now handling at the board level should be handled in that pre-meeting conference.
Right.
And in theory, we should not be considering subdivisions at 3 or 4 meetings. That's not the way it should be working.
Now, the way this was written, that I was reading it earlier in the subdivision section, it says the planning board makes a determination if the application is complete, which is
Completeness,
a little unusual, but usually that
Yeah.
is determined before it goes to the board.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Which is unfortunate.
So,
and so, I mean, just hearing the contemplations of the selectmen and others, what we don't know right now is what our code enforcement officer is gonna be and what skill set he's gonna bring and how many hours they're gonna have in town hall right now. So,
We should share him with Freeport. They're hiring.
I know,
Freeport's gonna need a
So-
full-time go
that's
there.
pretty full-time, yeah. No?
So that was just my recommendation for me, but I could, definitely agree not to have one and just kind of go, application by application and see how it goes, and you can do that.
I just need some basic help in what to review here, because obviously I was reading something that I don't even know why it's in here, if I shouldn't have been referring to it on this growth management and
Yeah,
establishment.
it's- Well, so what that goes back to is that was, and something that was established, but you can't do much with it without a current comp plan. And as you know, the comp plan we put forward in 2012 was rejected, and we don't have a current comp plan. So that's where that one, that's why we're all kind of like, we're stuck.
So we're gonna have to alter the ordinances after the comp plan is drafted to reflect, either make that current or take it out or whatever, so.
There's a state statute that provides you can't have a growth ordinance unless you have an updated, I think it's every 10 years, comp plan. So it's on the books, we just can't enforce it.
Okay. Can I just bring up another topic?
Sure.
Yeah.
One that I addressed with you, and thank you for answering my emails over the weekend, but it seemed to me that how can you sell a lot before it says you can't sell a lot before the lot's been subdivided, and if it doesn't have utilities going to it?
So I think the issue is that it wasn't a subdivision when he sold it. So under state law and our local ordinance, it only becomes a subdivision when you divide it into 3, and there are a lot of exceptions for that. So when he sold off that lot, he had only divided it into 2. So at the time he sold it, it wasn't a violation or anything like that.
And there was another parcel that he broke off, but it was a family to his son, which is yet another part of the state
Should we
statute.
be requiring that?
Well, yeah,
No, it's on the other side of the CMP line, so it's not contiguous.
Right, it wasn't.
So that
Not
would,
But isn't it the
contiguous,
same lot with just a easement running through it?
Well, that's not an CMP owns
They
that
actually
fee
own
simple.
that.
Okay,
owns it in
all right.
fee.
Which I think we covered, we covered it in the
I think we had that
first
conversation,
meeting.
yeah.
So the deeded parcel is a separate lot?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So, do we want to talk about moving the May meeting?
So yeah, so if I'm not going to be available for the May meeting. That's scheduled for the
May 3rd.
3rd. So we can move it to the 10th.
I'm fine with that.
Or-
That works better for me, because then I can attend the hearing for Freeport Planning Board that I should be at.
So that's a Wednesday?
Wednesday, May 10th.
I have to check with, but yeah, I don't think anything.
Jill, you
On
gonna confirm that
Wednesdays.
the room availability? Wednesdays are usually open except for,
I'm aware of that.
yeah.
You'll email that to me, right?
Not the 10th.
No, I don't usually staff those meetings. If they need it, I staff a committee for the city of Portland. They don't usually need me. So unless stuff blows up.
Do you want
should
it
be
at
fine.
7 o'clock, Mindy, you wanna go at 6:30 start?
We'll do 7 like usual.
Okay. You're the last holdout for 7 o'clock.
What's that?
I said, this is the last holdout for 7 o'clock meetings.
Yeah, most of them move to 6.
Oh, most people have pushed it to 6:30.
Right.
That's maybe a conversation, a bigger.
Yeah.
It's not a big
Just keep our
conversation.
normal time.
Okay.
Gives Ian
At
plenty of
some
time to
po-
get out of the big city. and
I guess
back
at
up
some
to
point,
Durham.
if we'd like to push it to 6:30 is a little more challenging for me, but
Yeah,
so,
So we're
I can make
gonna
either work, whatever.
Leave it at 7?
Yeah.
yeah. Are you good with saying the 10th or Ian?
It should be fine. I mean,
Yep, good.
Okay.
Do we want maybe like another day that week? And like, if Wednesday doesn't work for Ann?
it should work.
Because the problem is we're gonna get selectmen then.
It's Tuesday. Are they usually on Tuesdays?
The what, the first and second Tuesday?
Every other Tuesday
Every other, period.
at 6:30, period.
Mhm.
Okay. We'd have to triple it out.
All right. So the next meeting will be Wednesday, May 10th at 7 o'clock.
That's good.
So stuff will be due.
Stuff will be
It'll
due.
it'll stay the same.
Well,
Yeah, because we're giving them an extra week.
For applications?
So should we have it pushed out to the 28th? Because we'll be meeting a week later, right?
Right.
So
I'm
we
gonna
can-
have another conflict, which is not gonna work that way.
Oh, okay. So application's still due.
so applications will still be due
Okay.
Same.
Friday, April 21st.
Yep.
Okay. That is
Adjourn.
everything on our agenda.
Make a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Second.
All those in favor?